Opp Bobcats are looking forward to getting back to the playoffs under first-year head coach Matt Brunson. Brunson takes over at Opp after the team went 8-3 last season and suffered a first-round playoff exit. Brunson says the core of the Bobcat defense will be returning with the linebacker duo of Nelson Hall and Colby Ballard. They'll look to lead this defense playing behind a stout defensive line. With a lot of experience returning on that side of the ball, coach says the defense will be the focal point of this team early.
I think we're going to be stronger defensively because last year we graduated a lot of offensive production, so those guys will all be new, and we got to figure out exactly what our identity is going to be and how we're going to play offensively. But I think we got a chance defensively with these guys and the experience that we have returning for that part to carry us, until we get our offense figured out.
Opp opens against Andalusia Thursday, August the 24th.
The Opp Bobcats are hoping for continued success this year under their new head coach, Matt Brunson. The Bobcats are coming off of an 8-3 season and finished second in 3A Region 2 play. The program has made it to postseason play for the last 3 seasons, but their new head coach hopes to make a deeper run into the playoffs this year. Brunson is looking forward to his first year with the Bobcats.
I'm learning the Wiregrass area and the coaches and the schools we're going to be competing against, and really learning about our team too as well, but excited about these guys and what we're going to do this year. My goal everywhere I've been is try to be the best I can be and inspire those guys to be the best they can be, and I think the success will take care of itself.
The Bobcats will start things off at home, welcoming Andalusia to Chanel Lee Stadium on August 24th.
And now, Nick Brooks with News 4 Sports.
Well, it's time to get excited. High school football is back in the state of Alabama. We've got a good matchup here in week 0 to kick it off. The Opp Bobcats hosting the defending 4A state champions and the Andalusia Bulldogs. Now, it should be an interesting one as Andalusia looks to be just as good as they were last year, while the Opp Bobcats have a new storyline. They've got a new head coach and a new quarterback after Gray Jennings graduated and Mike Dubose retired. So it should be a good one between these two teams. We'll obviously have highlights from this game tonight at 10.
All right, down in Covington County now, the 4A champs and the Andalusia Bulldogs visiting the Opp Bobcats to celebrate 100 years of football this season. Nothing going for either team on the first drive. That changes late in the first as Andalusia's Jack Lathrop drops back to pass and finds Jordan Stallworth for the first score of the season. 7-0 Dogs. The Bulldog band loving that. And just a few minutes later, Andalusia with the ball. Auburn commit Jamarian Burnett said, "Give me the rock," and he's off to the races. It's a 32-yard score to make it 14-0. Bulldogs run away with this one with a final of 42-8.
Well, a big Covington County showdown as the Opp Bobcats celebrate 100 years of football this season, while the Andalusia Bulldogs are coming off their first state championship in 45 years. Nothing doing for either team on the first drive. That changes late in the first as Andalusia's Jack Lathrop drops back to pass and finds Jordan Stallworth for the first score of the season. 7-0 Dogs. The Bulldog band is loving that one. Just a few minutes later, though, Andalusia with the ball again as Jamarian Burnett said, "Give me the rock," and he's off to the races. 32-yard score to make it 14-0. Bulldogs run away with this one by a final of 42-8.
Tonight, the Opp Bobcats are celebrating 100 years of Bobcat football at Chanel Lee Stadium. The defending 4A champ Bulldogs could care less about that. They look to pick up where they left off. After a few failed drives, Andalusia would get things going late in the first with an absolute dime from Jack Lathrop to the tight end Jordan Stallworth in the back right corner of the end zone. They would not stop there. The big boy, Jamarian Burnett, gets the handoff, flushes to his right, shakes a tackle. He'll take it all the way home untouched, putting the Dogs up 14-0 with the PAT, and it was all Bulldogs tonight. Andalusia takes this one 42-8.
Well, a big Covington County showdown as the Opp Bobcats celebrate 100 years of football this season, while the Andalusia Bulldogs are coming off their first state championship in 45 years. Nothing doing for either team really on the first drive. That changes late in the first as Andalusia's Jack Lathrop drops back to pass and finds Jordan Stallworth for the first score of the season. 7-0 Dogs. The Bulldog band loving that. Now just a few minutes later, Andalusia with the ball again. Jamarian Burnett said, "Give me the rock," and He's off to the races. 32-yard score to make it 14-0. Bulldogs would run away with this one by a final of 42-8.
Welcome back. We go to Opp, where the Bobcats are celebrating 100 years. New Brockton is looking to play spoiler tonight. New Brockton's got the ball. Yeah, look at that. Gamecocks, they got the ball first. Number 10, Hunter White, is going to find this guy, Balin Foster, for the score. He's wide open. He could just walk in if he wants to.
And that's what he did.
6 for 6. All right, Opp couldn't get it going early. Colby Ballard is going to fumble here for the huge loss after the Gamecocks celebrate. Opp tried to come back, but New Brockton wins it by a final of 19-14. Look at those bands.
And a big game right here. The Opp Bobcats hosting the New Brockton Gamecocks in the first region showdown of the season for both these teams. Some energy for Jason Barnett's squad in New Brockton. They have the ball right here as they're looking to score, and Hunter White passes the ball, and he finds Balin Foster as he's in for the score. New Brockton with the lead. Now the band and cheerleaders for both sides in this one really trying to get their teams fired up as they look to get back into this game. Opp Bobcats looking for their first win of the season, but tough night for the Bobcats in this one. Colby Ballard would fumble the ball for a big loss, and New Brockton with their first win since 2021, taking down Opp 19-14.
That's what I'm talking about.
Coming off of week 0 losses, it's New Brockton visiting Opp.
Yep, both teams falling to nearby rivals, but this starts region play, so a win tonight, huge for both schools. Here we go. Here come the New Brockton Gamecocks on the road at Chanel Lee Field, a beautiful 3A stadium out there in Opp, Alabama. Looking to pick up win number 1. Here they are on offense. Dawson Peacock hands it off to Balin Foster, who gets outside in a tear. He's going to pick up a New Brockton first down before getting shoved out of bounds. Later in the drive, that connection will strike again, this time coming through the air. Foster all by himself. Yeah, all by himself there so much. I kind of lost where he was on the field. That's an easy touchdown for our first score of the game. Gamecocks lead 6-0. Opp's next possession trying to bounce right back. The lights went down a little bit, and so here comes Zeb Green on the end around. Mr. 34 picking up a whole bunch of yards before he is sat down very roughly. But that would stow out the drive on 4th down. The snap goes right over Colby Ballard, and that would end the drive, and New Brockton would score in the very next play. We don't have that, but that's just unlucky because right as I was leaving, they scored.
Yeah, that's luck of the draw right there.
Yeah, luck in the draw indeed, but they did go on and get the win 19-14.
All right, the Opp Bobcats in the Circle City taking on Northside Methodist. Matt Brunson still searching for his first win with Opp. Bobcats looking to get something going here. Nelson Hall gets the handoff, and the look at the whole offensive line. Do your job. That's nice. He's off to the races before being drugged down at the 10. A couple plays later, Colby Ballard, he keeps it on the option, gets to the goal line, lowers the shoulder, boom, he's in for 6. Opp wins it 19-7.
And now, Nick Brooks with News 4 Sports.
Well, the Opp Bobcats in the Circle City taking on the Northside Methodist Knights. Matt Brunson still searching for his first win with the Bobcats. Now we picked this one up in the second. Opp with the ball. Colby Ballard keeps it on the option. He gets to the goal line and lowers the shoulder. In for 6. Opp takes the 7-0 lead. Now the Knights don't waste time. Next play from scrimmage. Harrison Hicks connects with Jaden Watkins. He breaks through the arm tackle and is off to the races as we are tied at 768-yard on the slant, and the student section loving it. Opp looking to answer. Watch this run by Colby Ballard. Gets a block off the corner, hits the juke not once but twice, drags a defender before getting brought down at the 1. Ballard handing it off to Jamarian Allen, and he's in for 6. Opp with the 13-7 lead going into the half. And Coach Brunson getting his first win with the Bobcats, winning 19-7 over Northside Methodist.
Well, heading out to Providence Christian, where the Eagles hosted the Opp Bobcats tonight. The Providence student section stayed hyped during this game. As you can see why during this play, the Eagles snapped the ball to number 2, Craig Pittman, making a pass in number 20. You heard this name, Chapel Stickler. The pass is complete, and he is gone, heading straight to the end zone, keeping Providence in the lead. The Bobcats work to get on the scoreboard here because, hey, they see what's happening. PCS is taking over, and they want to bounce back. It's It's a quick handoff coming up. You see still team celebrating because Chapel is really feeling it after this one. Opp Bobcats now come out with the opportunity, trying to get something going. A quick handoff later to number 5, Marcel Newsom, but the Eagles defense forces him out of bounds. Hey, final score, Providence takes the win 10-6.
Big win for the Eagles for sure.
Offensive game at the Eagles' Nest tonight. We'll check it out. Opp, they're down 10-0, going for it on about 4th and 8. Eagles Chapel Stickler with a spectacular defensive play. He says, not in my house. And after the stop, Eagles Craig Pittman, the 3rd down. He's throwing a dot downfield. He finds John Martin Bird in stride for a big gain. You see number 12. They're going to catch him, but Opp says they can do it too. Here comes Bobcats Kobe Ballard throwing the bomb to Zeb Green, making the catch, falling down, still making the catch. Quarter ends. Bobcats, they're going to switch directions, and Kobe Ballard's coming back, calling his own number, running it 30 yards through the Eagles' Nest. But that's not going to be enough. Providence is going to win this one 10-6.
They start their 3-1 for the Eagles. A big turnaround.
Looking good this year. Looking good this year.
Yep.
But first, here are some final scores from your favorite teams across the Wiregrass. Stay right here.
Now, 100 years of Bobcat football at Chanel Lee Stadium. Early in the first quarter, here comes Braden Hardy. He's going to get this snap, and he's going to take the ball left. He trucks a man for the Rebels, striking first. Going up 6-0. Bobcats looking to respond. It's Kobe Ballard at quarterback, drops him back to pass. He doesn't see anything. He rolls out and ducks that ball, spins off a tackler, forces his way in for a Bobcat touchdown. Second quarter now, Riho with the ball. Terrell Townsend gets the direct snap. He's going to follow those blockers. That's what you got to do. He goes to the right and finds Easy Pater. That puts the Rebels up 14-7. And just before half, Rebels ball again. Patrick Banda drops back. He looks down and he finds Zeb Green. Picks this one off. He doesn't find his man. He finds Zeb Green of the Bobcats. He takes that back to midfield. But in the end, Opp comes up short on homecoming, 39-20. Rehoboth takes the win.
Well, the Raiders needed to keep home spotless, welcoming the Opp Bobcats to town. Houston Academy went into the game the only team with one loss in their region, 35-12 at the half. We picked this one up in the third. Bobcats shut down multiple times at the goal line. This time, Kobe Ballard steps back and tosses it to AC Hightower. Nobody close enough to stop him, and Opp closes the gap a bit. Next drive, time for the Raiders to respond. Caden launching the ball downfield to none other than Rod Jackson. After a few failed running plays, HA goes up 42-20 after that one. The Raiders defend home before hitting the road for a rivalry, winning 49-20.
We start with our game of the week. Opp and Houston Academy right in the thick of it in 3A Region 2. Joseph Sims is live at Westgate Park with more.
The Extra Point Game of the Week, sponsored by Physical of Dothan.
Thanks, guys. This 3A Region 2 game had fireworks right out of the gate. Head coach for Houston Academy, Eddie Brundage, actually told me before the game that he was expecting an all-out war where battle just took place on this field tonight. Important game for Opp with their playoff hopes on the line. Houston Academy, they would get the ball first in this one. And the first play from scrimmage is Caden Mitchell flinging it out to wide receiver Rod Jackson. He makes a man miss, and he is into the end zone pretty quickly. Not the start the Bobcats were looking for, and it gets worse on the second play from scrimmage. They fumble. The Raiders are on top of it, immediately knocking on the door again. But the third play in this game, it's an Opp interception. They get the ball right back. The first three plays in this game go touchdown, fumble, interception. No points for the Bobcats off their turnover. But the Raiders, when they get the ball back, they go right back to what worked on the first drive. Just get it to Rod Jackson and watch him run to the end zone. He's got 2 catches and 2 touchdowns. Bobcats trying to get something going, and it's Caden Mitchell on defense with the interception. It would set up yet another Raiders touchdown. And late in the second quarter, with less than 2 minutes to play in the half, Caden Mitchell finding his old buddy Rod Jackson, making people miss in the open field. He's off and running yet again. You can't tackle the guy. Rod Jackson, he's got the hat trick of touchdowns in the first half. Raiders rolling 28-12.
All right, Opp hosting Ashford tonight. If Opp wins, they're in the playoffs. If they lose, Pike County gets that spot. So let's get it going. Tied at 0 in the second quarter.
Oh, boy.
And this one's going the other way. That's an interception for Ashford's Tylen Peterman. He takes it back inside the Opp 40. How about this? 4 plays later, Will Lawrence throws the 37-yard go route to Cameron Fields, and he catches it in stride and heads into the end zone to give Ashford a 6-0 lead. Opp trailed in the fourth. But they come back to tie it. This one ending just a couple of minutes ago in triple overtime, Rosie. Opp wins it.
Oh, my goodness.
50-48. So they're going down. They're in the playoffs.
They went the distance.
They're in there.
There they are.
They punched their ticket.
They
They're in.
did. All
Go
right.
Bobcats.
We got another overtime game right here. The Opp Bobcats welcome Ashford tonight in Covington County. If Opp wins, they're in the playoffs. Lose, and Pike County gets that spot. Tied at 0 in the second quarter. Opp will throw the interception, and Ashford's Tylen Peterman takes it back into the Opp 40. Now this one gets good. 4 plays later, it's going to be Will Lawrence who's going to step up here as the band comes in to get everyone pumped up. 4 plays later, Will Lawrence throws the 37-yard go route to Cameron Fields, who catches it in the end zone for the touchdown, give Ashford a 6-0 lead. Low-scoring game early, but things picked up in the half. Folks, this game is actually still going on right now. We are tied 42-42 in triple overtime. Nick and I will definitely be talking about this tonight.
I think it's actually 48-48 now. So,
oh, wow.
So I think they're going to be going into quadruple overtime. But we'll go over to we'll stay in Coffee County, I guess I should say, with the Tigers of Elba.
News 4's Friday Night Football Team of the Night is sponsored by Dothan Off-Road and Marine.
Well, folks, we just got the final score of this one. The Opp Bobcats take down Ashford 50-48 in triple overtime, punching a ticket to the playoffs. Crazy season for them and a crazy fight for them, but they owned home field tonight.
Bobcats looking to clinch a playoff spot tonight. They're facing the Ashford Yellow Jackets. They got that loss from Pike County, so they need to win here. And we joined this one, start of the third quarter. Bobcat ball driving. Nelson Hall gets the handoff, follows his blockers to the right, and he finds the end zone. Bobcats get on the board. But here come the Jackets. Will Hart Lawrence. He stands in the pocket, delivers to Coy Paramore, and he's shaking defenders left, right. He will not be denied. He goes to the house. Jackets answer on the 50-yard touchdown reception. But after an Opp touchdown, the Bobcats are going to kick this one back to the Jackets. This is Tylen Peterman. He gets that one. He takes this one. He runs left, cuts back right. He's off to the races. He goes untouched to the crib for 6. But Opp, they go into 3 overtimes. They're not going to be denied that playoff spot. They win in this one, 50-48 over the Yellow Jackets.
Team of the Week, sponsored by Dothan Off-Road and Marine.
I'm out here at Opp High School with the Bobcats. They're your Dothan Off-Road and Marine Team of the Week for a huge triple overtime win over the Ashford Yellow Jackets to get into the playoffs. Congratulations, you guys. It was 3 overtimes, 50-48, I believe. How does it feel just to win this Team of the Week and get into the playoffs?
Oh, it feels amazing, especially senior year, because goal was to make the playoffs, and we did. And I'm just thankful for my O-line because they paved the way for me. You know, grounded and pounded the whole game. And shout out my other running back. He went over 200 yards, set a school record. 2 backs, 200 yards. Feels great.
All right, well, congratulations. Big team win, you guys.
Bobcats out 3. 1, 2, 3, Bobcats.
Montgomery in Class 3A, Opp taking on St. James. First drive for the Trojans, 6 plays, 60 yards, and this is how it ends. KJ Jackson to Clint Hauser. He's in for 6. Trojans up early. Opp gets the ball, but not for long here. There's a fumble on the play, and the Trojans recover around the 20-yard line. So St. James takes advantage of the short field. Jackson finds his guy Hauser again, and to the house Hauser goes for the second score of the game. And listen, I know it's not an official fever tonight, but this play, I think, would make a pretty good hot play. Jackson, the Tabor offer, catching that and hauling it in, and he's in for the touchdown. The Trojans win 41-7. They will play the winner of W.S. Neal at Randolph County tomorrow.
And over at St. St. James, the Trojans were hosting the Opp Bobcats, and the Trojans will waste no time getting on the board. KJ Jackson going to connect with Clint Hauser, and St. James takes a 7-0 lead on the very next Trojan drive. They're back at it again. It's another Jackson to Hauser connection, and the Trojans are going to tack 7 more points up on the scoreboard. And who wants to see another St. James touchdown? Well, here you go. Jackson this time going over the middle to Tabor Offord, and Offord able to break a tackle and hit open field. He'll find his way in for the touchdown, and the Trojans winning this one tonight 41-7 and will advance to round 2 of the playoffs.
Well, staying in Montgomery in Class 3A, Opp taking on St. James. First drive for the Trojans, 6 plays, 60 yards, and this is how it ends. KJ Jackson and Clint Hauser, he's in for 6. Trojans up early. Now, Opp gets the ball, but not for long. There was a fumble on the play, and the Trojans recover around the 20-yard line. St. James capitalizing with a short field. Jackson finds his guy Hauser again, and the house he goes for the second score of the game. Trojans win this one 41-7. Opp season coming to an end.